Hi, this is KryptoSeoul Erica, episode 12. Hi, everyone. How are you? The market is rebounding back a little bit, so I think everyone's feeling a little bit better. But the Korean market and, of course, the global market crashed. It was devastating to see that. And a lot of Koreans were fleeing from the market, actually selling everything they have. And there are many news about, and actually many conversations about how they especially the people who just entered the market, it was really disappointed and they sold everything and they lost a lot of money. And so the market was pretty depressing during the last few days, I'm sure, for everyone. Hi everyone, hello. So a lot of people ask me questions about what happened for the government. What was the announcement by the government? Actually, nothing is certain right now. But the government has made it clear that the rumor about, well, not the rumor, but the Ministry of Justice previously they announced that they were they're trying to push forward a ban of all cryptocurrency exchanges. And the government actually made an official announcement that the ban on cryptocurrency exchanges was not confirmed, and it will be determined after discussing thoroughly with all ministries. So the previous announcement by the Ministry of Justice was found to be not unconfirmed. So please do not panic and don't think that Korean market is, the exchanges are all closing. It is not certain, and it has been that stance for about a week now. So yeah, it's pretty stable at the moment, but the market crashed, so we were trying to find out why that happened. And let's turn to the news. Hello everyone. So the first news is what I discussed just earlier about how the government made an official announcement because they were all panicking. Everyone was panicking about what Ministry of Justice has declared. So the government has made it very clear that that is not the case. The ban is not official. And they're going to push forward, well, they're going to discuss very thoroughly. So it's not going to happen anytime very soon. And the government is actually very curious about the market, and it is, as I know, it's trying to learn about the market. It's pretty flexible and open towards it. So I'm sure the Ministry of Justice was trying to, its main purpose is to do regulations to make it into a regulation format. So I think their interest was kind of to ban, and so I think it made a argument based on the Ministry of Justice, but it did not take into consideration the interests of all ministries and of course the government, official government. So that is the case. So don't be panicking, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. And next news is about so we're kind of, the Korean public and the investors are a little doubtful about the Korean government because there are rumors that the Korean government is investing heavily in the market and trying to, there was news that while the regulations of the cryptocurrency exchanges, regarding the cryptocurrency exchanges were happening, a lot of the budget from the government flew into the major exchanges. So there was news about this, and actually it kind of made a huge investment on the cryptocurrency market. So it is showing that the government is interested in investing in this market. And the investment portfolio is Dunamu. Dunamu is the company that is running Upbit, the biggest exchange in Korea and the world right now. Well, and BTCKorea.com, that is Bithumb, and Corbit, CoinPlug, and CoinOne. So the exchanges are actually a major interest of the Korean government, and it is, of course, the fact that the exchanges are not regulated is a big factor in the government trying to regulate the entire market. But It is not entirely, what do you call it, against the market, and it is showing interest. And this is evidence that it shows the Korean government is pretty open, right? Hi from Memphis. Oh, wow. And another news is that, so the government has made it very clear that it will enhance transparency of the market and reinforce KYC AML measures, and of course regulate exchanges, right? So not banning, I'm making it very clear, not banning right now. So so this is an article showing that in order to invest in cryptocurrency exchanges, you have to, or even existing customers should prove that they have certain income or assets already existing. So in order to enhance, stability in the market, and so this to reinforce KYC AML. So these are measures that the government is trying to reinforce right now. And I think this is necessary. It's a measure that will avoid a lot of wrongdoings in the market. And this is a necessary measure, but people are kind of complaining that it is very tedious to go through all these processes, because they already invested in the market, they already have an account in all the exchanges, but they have to redo all that and go through all this proving process. So I have to do that as well. And I'm kind of scared. I don't know how I can do everything, but I think this measure is kind of trying to kind of filter the people who are flowing into the new entrants of the market. And of course, right now, the Korean exchanges do not take any new accounts, new registration. So my friends who really want to invest in cryptocurrencies cannot enter the market, cannot trade, because they cannot make an account in the exchanges right now. So hopefully there was a temporary, barricade. They couldn't, exchanges couldn't take any new entrants, new registrants. But hopefully in the near future, within a month or so, I think the exchanges will take new customers, and hopefully the market will flourish again. So next. So this just came in, and I was very surprised. I'm not actually surprised, actually. This is actually talking about how the Financial Supervisory Service, the commission, the government-run commission regarding financial regulation, one of the employees of that organization, one or two employees actually, they were involved in earning profit from cryptocurrency investment, because, as you know, the government made an announcement, very sudden announcement, and of course, employees of government-owned agencies, they know about such announcements previously, and so apparently one of the employees, they invested in cryptocurrency and they sold right before the government made the announcement. So this is making a huge controversy, and people are already distrusting the government, but now this is making it worse. And this is actually proving that you cannot stop any investment activities, in cryptocurrency. Even the government-owned, this employee is actually involved in, this activity. So, this cannot be avoided, and I think the government knows very well. But this has been the top news just now, just came in. And in addition to that, actually the securities companies, the industry of securities companies, they all kind of gathered together to tell the employees that they shouldn't invest in cryptocurrencies, because it may cause controversy, and and this will kind of confuse the market, because people who are involved in such industries, they know more about the market, and and so this article is kind of adding towards what happened, previously, just today. So kind of adding evidence to that. But I think even though they have, the securities companies, they educate their employees on how risky, the cryptocurrency investment is, I don't think it can completely stop them from doing it. They'll make some way to go around it, but that's what I think. But this is the actual official measure by the securities companies. So this is what's happening in the actual industries, existing industries. And yeah, that's mainly about the government and the businesses, the industries. And one of the fun things that happened, well, not fun, but it was pretty surprising, was that there was actually a huge EOS meetup in Korea. Yesterday there was a conference, but there was a huge EOS meetup, and they made an announcement, several announcements, and it was very big in the Korean market. It made a huge change in the price of EOS, as many of you noticed. But there was rumor that Naver was involved in partnership with EOS, and Naver has made it clear that it is not the case. And so, like this, there are many fake news rumors coming out of the cryptocurrency, like partnerships, like with major Korean companies. For example, there was another news yesterday about, the rumor was that Qtum, was making a partnership with Starbucks Korea or something. And there was huge news, and they were asking me if this was true or not. And like that, there are many news trying to kind of change the market and influence the market, right? So Koreans should be kind of aware of this, and also many people from abroad should kind of take this to kind of know that this kind of rumor is, flowing in the Korean market. So that is it for today, actually. It was pretty fast, but I think there was major news that the government, the major focus is on the government, right? So about what the government will do and what the exchanges will do as a response. And as of now, I'm making it clear that the government has not made an official announcement that the cryptocurrency exchange ban will happen for sure. So it's not 100%, it's 50-50, I guess. The Ministry of Justice was trying to take charge, in trying to ban everything. But I think the government was kind of aware of the public dissent. And actually there was, in the homepage of the government, there were many articles, many posts on public posts about how declaring they should give freedom to for investment, and they should not do cryptocurrency exchange ban. And there were many posts on that, and I think the government kind of took that into consideration, and it made it clear that the ban will not happen as of now. And it's still in discussion about considering many options, and just the ban is just one of them. But it's not a major, it's not a dominating option, right? So that's the clear and evident news from the South Korean market right now. So that's what's happening these days, and hopefully the market will rebound back. Hi. Oh, so you saw me from box mining. So yeah, yesterday I was featured in box mining because the team was here actually for a conference, and I met them suddenly, and I did an interview. So I think many people saw that interview and kind of flew here. So if you want to know about the Korean market from a Korean industry person, then I think this is the channel to come to, because this is the only channel in English that does live on the cryptocurrency market updates of South Korea. So I'm sure many of you are curious about what's happening here, and there's no actually official, legitimate channel to rely on. So I think this is the channel to subscribe to. And so I'll try to, there was a suggestion that I should do more than once a week, and I will, depending on how urgent the news is, of course. So please keep tuned, and I'll try to update as much as possible. Yesterday was a huge conference. There was Don Tapscott, there was Neo, Binance founder was here, CEO was here. It was a huge conference. It was very successful, and Box Signing was there, and they did a small speech on their service. So I think it was it was proof that the global, community kind of is acknowledging that Korea is one of the huge, markets in cryptocurrency. And not only investment, but also the whole community itself is growing really quickly. And this conference was evident proof that it can happen. And so there will be many global blockchain conferences happening in March, April. So please, I will keep you updated on that as well, because I think many of you who are close to Korea can kind of fly over here and kind of see the actual scene in the Korean, cryptocurrency industry, right? Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the live. I would love for you to subscribe and like my channel. And there's an email I wrote in the bottom, and also donations are welcome. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you next week, or maybe on Monday or something. I think it'll be Monday, but I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you so much, and see you next week. Have a great weekend. Okay, bye.